What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and as always, thank you for tuning in and joining me for another video. If you are new to this channel, I do reviews on fishing products. I do reviews on shooting and tactical products. And I do videos while I'm fishing bass tournaments and whenever I go to the gun range. So this is trying to turn into my vision for this was to be an outdoors channel, not just specifically to one thing, but just overall a lot of the things that I like to do outdoors. Hence the name. Outdoors with Creed. I am Creed, stands for Calvin Reed, and right now we're about to do a video that I do every month. It is a review on a fishing company. Full disclosure, I am an ambassador with this company, so the products in with this company is not like an exclusive product. These are things that you can go to your local tackle shops and buy. But what this company does is they bring these things together in a monthly subscription. And that way you get a chance to see like all of these lures and things that you probably would go to your tackle shop and walk right by them. You get them with this company. And it gives you a chance to fish them and pretty much show you what you've been missing out on, what you've been neglecting whenever you go to the tackle shop. So, with all that being said, we are about to do another Monsterbass product review. Okay? So, Monsterbass is a monthly subscription-based fishing company. They do sell fishing rods. They do have an online store where you can go back and buy individual lures as well as individual terminal tackle, hooks, weights, things of that sort. But what this company does is they have partnered up with a lot of the major fishing brands, as well as they've partnered up with a lot of your professional anglers, and they let you select the region that you live in and the region that you fish the most. So that way, when you get your monthly subscription, the lures that are coming in here is pretty much going to be hand picked and tailored for the location you're fishing. Also, a lot of the lures, based on the season that you're in, the lures are going to be particular to that time of season and what the fish should be doing. So that way you have lures that should yield you the best results while you're out on the water. So here we go, guys. June's Monster Bass. So what we have in here, and that you always will have in your Monster Bass, is you have stickers. I don't know who designs these stickers, but these stickers are really, really cool. Put them on your tackle boxes, put them on your boat, put them on your vehicles, put them wherever. I have some throughout the shop, as well as I've put some of these on my boat to kind of advertise Monster Bass whenever I am out on the water. So you always get stickers. You get a Monster Bass ticket. It is called the Golden Ticket. I do believe these used to actually come in the color gold, and then they started switching to the orange. But if you go onto YouTube and watch their Monster Bass Live, Wednesdays is when they will do the Monster Bass Live. Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and they will call your number that's on your card, and you win fishing prizes. So yeah, you can win gift cards to buy stuff from the Monster Bass store. You win tackle, you win rods, you win some cool gifts. Another thing that you will get is either a card that has a QR code, or you'll get one of these booklets. Inside this booklet, it has a lot of helpful information. How to use lures that's in your bag. If you get the Platinum series, these bags are reusable. So I believe, depending on the different tackle storage companies, you can buy their bags, and I'm wanting to say they're probably around $25 and up. You get one for free with Monster Bass with all of your lures. So that right there, all in its own, you get a reusable bag that you can pack with whatever for the trip that you're about to go on. So inside these booklets, you have information from professionals as well as members that are a part of the Monster Bass Pro staff. You get information on the different seasons, as I was just talking about, the different seasons. Let's see here. We're in the summertime now. So summer season, water temps, 70 plus. You're fishing clear water. Big plastics, top water, offshore baits like deep crankbaits, flutter spoons, football jigs, deep swim baits, drop shot hair jigs, information like that. So you're not digging through your boat and your tackle boxes trying to find a lure. You're throwing and throwing and throwing, and you're not catching nothing, when all you have to do is check this information, and it kind of gives you a tip on what to throw. That same water temp, 70 plus, but now you're fishing dirty water, big plastics, jigs, big spinner baits, deep diving crankbaits. So right there, you kind of get an idea of what to start digging around for and what to throw. So lots of good information in these booklets. You will get one of these with every one of these Platinum Series Monster Bass boxes or bags, depending on what they're shipping in. So we're going to jump right into this, and let's see what the first lure that we're talking about. So the first thing they're talking about in this is dock fishing, fishing around docks. They don't have a specific lure that's in this bag here, but let's see here. You know, fishing around the docks, especially right now, is very, very bright outside. So try to target a lot of those shaded areas. That's where the fish are going to be hiding at, is in those shaded areas. So try to get way back up under those docks. This is where your casting skills will come in, and learning how to skip that bait to get it way back underneath the docks. This is where that kind of stuff is going to come into play. Your different lures, jigs, swim baits, swim jigs, a lot of your smaller finesse baits, your small little swim baits, maybe a drop shot rig, wacky rig. You can skip those up under docks and work them things out really slow. So that's a good one to try to throw. Trying to see if there's a bait that they talk about specifically. Not so much specific baits, but they were just giving little tips on things. So the first one that I'm seeing in here is they're talking about a buzz bait. And in this bag, we have the Monster Bass Buzzsaw Spinner Bait. It is a topwater lure. It is 1/2 ounce in weight. The color is a white and chartreuse. And that's all it says, white and chartreuse with gold, because the blade there is a gold blade. So a buzz bait, but this is a very unique looking buzz bait. Hang on. Oh, wow. Yes. Okay, so this buzz bait. So you have this little green piece here, which I'm sure you can pop that off. I'm pretty sure that's what it's meant to do, to pop that off there to get it out of the way. Of course, you have your line tie. Nice hook on here. I'm wondering if it's tell me what size hook that is. It does not. And it does not on here. However, it has the 2 holes in the buzz bait. That's going to help with the weight, but also the way that buzz bait is going to work. But then it's got this very interesting little knocker right here. So as this bait, if I can hold it the right way, so as that is spinning, this is going to be up a little bit. So this is going to be knocking against that, causing a lot of commotion, a lot of sound as it's buzzing across the top of the water. This color, you're imitating a shad. With this, I would probably run some kind of a trailer hook on it, depending on how the fish, if the fish are hitting it, they're short striking, meaning, they're trying to nip at the tail of the skirt, I would probably put a trailer hook. But if they're coming up hitting this thing full force, you don't need a trailer hook. You're good with the hook that's already on here. Good shad imitating bait. I'd probably throw this probably in that early morning, trying to catch that topwater early morning bite. Throwing this around some stumps, around some sparse grass. You don't want to throw it into thick vegetation, but probably around some sparse grass and stuff. Topwater baits. Buzz baits are always good baits. The recommended setup for this, for the best performance, is a 7-foot to 7.3 medium heavy rod, a 7-to-1 to 8-to-1 bait caster reel, 40 to 50 pound braid if you're fishing around grass, and then 17 to 20 pound monofilament around wood or open water. You could probably also get away with fluorocarbon. The only thing with that is fluorocarbon does sink. So that's why it suggested the monofilament, because monofilament does float. So really cool looking lure. That color right there is sure to catch a lot of fish and some big fish. You can never go wrong when you have a shad imitating bait. So anything with some kind of a shad color, you can never go wrong with that. Okay. Okay, that's the only lure they got in there. Okay, next lure I'm pulling out is the G-Rat Baits Rocker. It's these little 4-inch minnows. You got 7 in a pack. It does say they're scented, but I don't know what the scent is. I'm not sniffing them. The color is called Pro Blue. So this is a good minnow to put on a jig head and throw this out when you're scoping. Scoping is if you have live scope, active target, or I think it's the Mega Live is the Humminbird. But this is one of those lures that you would throw out there when you're doing your live scope stuff. You don't have to have live scope to do this. If you are one of those old school fishermen, you've ran across an area using your side scan, you've marked a school of fish, and then you've circled back around and you can see them on your graph where you've marked those fish and you're thrown in that direction. You can absolutely throw these lures and still catch fish, and you don't have to be live scoping. The only thing is with scoping, which I don't have live scope on my boat. I'm working on that, guys. But the live scope just helps you because you actually can see the fish reacting to your bait. And if you see that they're not reacting, then you can go ahead and reel in and try to make another cast and get it down there. Plus, if you don't know the depth of the fish, that's again when your live scope will come in, because you can see that depth. So when you throw it out there, you know to let that lure sink to get down to them. You want to keep it above them, but you can let it get down to them and start to work that lure, versus you throw it out there and you start working it too early and the lure hadn't even made it down there to them yet. So good live scope bait right here. The next thing I'm grabbing is this Tackle HD, the original high def crawl. This color, it's green pumpkin. You have 3-inch crawls. It's a pack of 4. Now at first I thought these were pre-rigged, but it doesn't look like it. So let me see if I can't. Ooh, those smell pretty good. Okay, not pre-rigged. Okay, grab that one. So I would probably put this on a small hook because this is not a whole lot of body to work with. Of course, you know, you want to hook it on this end and then hook it back into it. So your crawfish should be trying to flee going this way. Pinchers are here and they're trying to swim that way. So again, small little bait. So you want to go small tackle setup with that. Maybe a spinning setup or maybe using it as a trailer or something. But nonetheless, small crawl baits, especially when the fishing pressure is pretty heavy and you need to downsize your bait, that right there would be a good size right there. I would probably even throw that with a Ned head is pretty much what comes to mind, throwing that right there on a Ned head. So right here I have a Grand Bass Airtail Rattles. This is just let's see here. So I got 2 little packs with 5 of these little rattles that you can put inside of a plastic, and now your plastic has a rattle in it. So now you can either fish your lure with sound or without sound. Just, you know, experiment with that, see how they're biting. We have a pack of Mustad Nico hooks, size number 2. It's a 4-pack. So again, you have a 4-pack of these. You have those small minnows, and you have the small the crawls. So you're almost pretty much set up for anything that you need to fish. Along with the rattles, we have a Grand Bass roughneck football jig. And this color is black and blue. So a good staple color. It's a tried and true color, so you can throw it out there and you're almost guaranteed to catch. This is a 1/2 ounce. Whatever trailer you put on this, I would probably stick one of these rattles in that trailer to help give it a little bit more sound. If you don't know how to fish a football head jig, it's almost like fishing a Carolina rig. You want to throw it out there, make a long cast, let it get down to the bottom. You want to point your rod straight at where your bait is at and reel up your slack. Once you've reeled up that slack, you want to pull to the side because you want to drag that bait and make sure you keep bottom contact. So you want to pull to the side. Once you get to the side, you bring the bait, or you bring your rod tip, bring your rod back in front of you, reel up that slack. And then you just keep repeating that. It doesn't matter which way you go, left, right, it doesn't matter. I think with me, I like to pull to my right because I'm right-handed. So as you're pulling, for me, pulling to my right, if you feel a bite, you can just hold it right there. Kind of pull a little bit more to see if you can feel pressure. Once you feel that pressure and you know it's a bite, you got a fish on there. He's got your jig. Bring the rod back in front of you, reel up that slack, and then come sweep to that side again to get you a good hook set. Whatever your jig setup is, you want a heavy rod because you're making that long cast and you're trying to drive that hook into them with a lot of distance in between you. So I would probably go with a 7 foot to 7.3 heavy rod. This could also depend on your line. If you've got a heavy rod, you can probably get away with light line. If you're using heavy line, then you could probably get away with a medium heavy rod. But you don't want to try to go heavy and heavy because one of those is going to give before the other one do. So on that, I would say go with your normal deep jig fishing rod and then work this lure. I would probably use fluorocarbon. Fishing out deep, especially if you're out in the open, throw some fluorocarbon. Like I said, sweep to your side, reel up your slack, bring the rod back in front of you, reel up your slack, pull to the side again. And once you feel that bite, you want to make sure you bring the rod back in front of you and take up that slack again, so that way you get a good hook set. But jigs are always a good bait to go to. And then last but not least, we have a Grand Bass worm. The color is called Morning Dun. This is 5.25 airtail stick. So this would be a good worm to throw Texas rig, Carolina rig, wacky rig, Nico rig. And if you'll notice how this worm goes down and then it tapers right here and kind of comes back out and makes this little bowl. And it's actually got a little chamber in here for those rattles to stick right in there. But it tapers and then makes this wide part down here again. So that way this part has a lot of action in that tail. So as you're moving it, that rattle should just be going crazy. So that rattling sound, this tail quivering, and then the worm itself, whether you Texas rig that one or your Carolina rigging, you should get lots of bites and good big ones. You're talking some quality size fish. So that was all of the lures and the tackle that was in this month's bag. I hope that some of you guys, let me take that back. I hope all of you guys are subscribed to Monster Bass. If you're not, I will leave a description, or I will leave a link in the description box below for you to click on and go on there and sign up and get your own subscription of Monster Bass. The lures that come in these bags are phenomenal. There are some that I would have never walked into a tackle store and bought, but I got them in this. I've thrown them and I love them. Like, they're great. Some of them are kind of weird looking, but they catch fish. You know, things that you would think a fish would not eat, but they're in there. So obviously the fish eat them. But if you like the video, please, please, please smash that thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you click on the bell and click on all, so that way you get notified every time I do a video. Please share the videos and leave comments. My last video, I believe I said if I get to, I want to say it was 300. I'm gonna have to go back and look at it, but I'm talking about doing another giveaway. So from the time that video aired, if you would, if you are a new subscriber, leave me a comment with your name, so that way I know you are a brand new subscriber. Okay? I will then put your name on a list. And then once I get to that number, like I said, I'll have to go back and look at my other video to see what that number was. I want to say it was 300 or it was 350. But once we hit that number, I will do a giveaway. Somebody is going to win a Monster Bass bag of their own with all of the lures in there. So I don't know if it's going to be last month's or the current month or whatever month we're in when I get to that number, but somebody is going to get a Monster Bass bag. How I am going to do this, you're not going to get my bag. I am going to buy you your bag. So subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment to let me know that you are a new subscriber so I can add you to that list. And then once we reach that number, again, I can't remember what the number was. I will go back and look at my last video and see what that number was. Once we reach that number, I will try to do a live video so you guys can see me do the drawing live. If that doesn't work, I will still do the drawing, and then I will announce the winner in a video to let you know who won. What I need from you, if you win, send me an email. I will put my email when that time comes for you to email me to let me know that you are said subscriber that won. And then I will get your information, so that way when I place your order for your Monster Bass, it's going to come straight to you, not to me. Okay, so again, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you click on the bell, click all, so that way you get notified when I do my videos. If you like the videos, please smash the thumbs up button. Comment on the videos, share the videos. I would like to make this channel a lot bigger than what it is. And again, thank you all. Thank you for riding with me while I make these videos and put these videos out. It has been a fun ride. And I'm very anxious to see where I can take this, but I can only do it with y'all's help. So I need you to subscribe. That's all I got. Till the next time, see you all in the great outdoors.